Cher Vaden. I am a loyal customer of ACE Septic. So we bought this house, it's now 4 years ago that we bought it. We did have a large palm tree with a giant bulb base over top of the septic tank. Bubbles started coming up in the toilets, which prompted us to recognize that maybe the smell that we had outside was not necessarily normal. We have these beautiful mature crepe myrtle trees, and in between two of them, a giant hole opened up. All of the roots had destroyed the drain field. But honestly, when ACE Septic came out here, they really were very approachable, respectful. We felt that they were knowledgeable. They ended up replacing the entire drain field. They were able to save our trees and move our drain field over a few feet so as to not have the roots be an issue again. Everything was done. It was done in the time frame that they stated. We were quoted the price. Everything was copacetic. There was no surprises. We'll fast forward to about 6 months ago, I started noticing the bubbles again. So again, they were very, very transparent with everything, told me everything that was going on. There was nothing hidden. Since this had been an old lift station that was concrete, like the original septic tank, it was advised, since they were gonna have to come out and replace this tank that seems to have failed for whatever reason, it was just a freak accident, they would just go ahead and replace that. Of course, we would have to pay for the parts, but they weren't gonna charge us for labor. The permits were pulled, everything was done within days. They told me a time frame, and they actually came out 2 days prior to that. I can tell you there's 3 other homes on this street that have used ACE since 2 years ago when we had this done, and they're just great guys. It really wasn't a pain, not one that I'm gonna have to worry about for a while, because they did do a great job.